Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AquaBrain. I'm your Virgil Drew. Hey, joining me today is Victor Zurn. Welcome to the brain, dude.
Thanks, man.
Hey man, I gotta say, miss you, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
So how any snow skating down there in Arizona? Any snow skating down there in Arizona?
Well, not right now because it's still pretty warm. They're really not having a winter here. There is a mountain close by, Mount Lemon, which when I did go check it out, it's a whole crew of pioneer snow skaters. They're all riding Craig stuff.
Oh,
crazy! It's a bunch of guys that grew up with Craig, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Wow, so there's snow skating in Arizona, that's for sure.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, cool, dude. So are you still doing the Snowskate Roundup?
No, the Roundup's been gone for a little while now because I had moved down to Tahoe and it was just too hard to move back and forth and do all of that. I tried to have someone else take it over, but it just I didn't have anybody who wanted to deal with all that stress. So wow. I'm just kind of feeling things out now and seeing where things are going, you know.
So how did how many years did you hold that competition?
It was 4 years.
4 years. That's a run. That's a good run.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was fun.
Can you tell me a little? Can you tell me some stories? So what are some memorable moments that you remember from?
Well, really, I mean, one of the most memorable moments of the Roundup was really the first year that we did it, because you know that they gave us I think 2 hours to build a park, and
that's it.
But the cat crew guys were so cool, and they were like, this is ridiculous, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So they gave us all night long.
Oh,
and we built an absolutely crazy setup that the mountain was actually mad at us for building.
Really?
They said that it was too progressive.
Uh-oh.
And they said that it was too big. There was too many features.
Are there pictures somewhere?
Yeah, there are some pictures posted from that first Roundup on the Snowskate Roundup's Facebook page. And it ended up being incredible, though. And the mountain ended up keeping that park for the rest of the season because the public then came through. And so many parents were stoked on the level of progression in this park, the way that every feature was set up to really for a beginner rider to ride onto, or for an expert rider to gap onto or ride other ways. So
gotcha.
It really gave everybody who was there the ability to ride this, whether they were had never ridden it or had been riding it for all year. So yeah, the mountain ended up then looking at us and being like, actually, you guys did a pretty good job. And they kept it. And it ended up being kind of a staple of one of their park now. It's their small park.
We'll talk about starting off, leaving a lasting, impression on the park. That's awesome. Did you hold it there at that same park for the next 4 years?
No, the next year we had it up in that same part. It was up in the full-size park at the top, but then for the next 2 years they brought us down into the base area, so we were more visible to the general public.
Oh, gotcha.
So we'd be right in between the chairlifts and everything, so everybody could see what we were doing.
So it sounds like had you been able to hold that spot down, that was kind of like the optimum spot, and that's probably why that's a standout, standout year.
Exactly. Well, and really, I had contacted the mountain, and I had been talking to them about doing a Steve Frink invitational. Because now he's has a whole weekend that's called the Legends Weekend. Oh. So it's skiing and snowboarding, and so I was trying to squeeze snow skating into that too, as being really the birthplace of it. I mean, that's where Steve Frink is from. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
I mean, it grew at Snoqualmie and got its momentum at Snoqualmie. I mean, even being recognized as Dogtown in a couple of the magazines.
Yeah. Thank you for introducing me to Steve and making that possible. That was all of a sudden I had some sort of story, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was looking down the barrel of a story. So
yeah, exactly. And that guy's an incredible guy.
Yeah, I'd like to try to get him on the show. I haven't reached out to him yet. I want to make sure there's a bit of people looking at these things, before I reach out to him, because I know his time is going to be precious. But definitely looking to reach out for him.
Yeah.
What can you remember about the Shut Up and Snowskate events?
Oh man, the Shut Up and Snowskate events were rad, because I mean that was the first like real circuit that we had. I mean, everybody was like traveling like all over the country to go to these different destinations to compete and stuff. I mean, that was incredible. Like we all felt like real athletes at that time.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're competing.
I mean that stuff isn't even going on now, and that was right in the beginning. I'd like to see that again. I mean, there's some people doing events, but it's just still just not quite with the soul that was with in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see it. Looking at clips, man. Looking at clips. Are you still are you still shooting video?
I haven't shot video for a while. I mean, literally with everything that's been going the last few years, I've pretty much been focusing on the tattoo shops and everything, growing the tattoo shops and doing all of that. So I really haven't even myself snow skated that much in the last couple of years, maybe 10, 15 days in the last couple of years.
Man, you're wicked good. You're wicked good at your tats, man. I happened upon a couple of your photos. I'm like, dude, this guy.
Oh, dude, I love what I do. Like I'm blessed to have found this, dude. Seriously. And now I'm building all my own tattoo machines, and I like
with the monetary insignias on them and stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
Oh hell yeah,
dude. So why do you think Shut Up and Snowskate just ended?
Well, I mean, I think it'd be a lot of stuff. It was politics. We to be totally honest, from my standpoint, from a lot of other people's standpoints, the person that was putting on these events was doing a great job. He's a great promoter, but this wasn't his bread and butter. Like,
oh, gotcha. His attention was
is snowboarding, man, and he's got events going on all over the world nonstop. There just honestly wasn't time for us in this guy's schedule. So it just kind of died out. He wasn't as stoked on us as we were on the scene, and so it just couldn't grow any further. It needed to go into someone else's hands, and it hasn't found a really great set of hands to just run this thing. Like,
so that's all it needs. He's not taking it down with the ship.
It needs a universal promoter. Okay, someone that's not playing favoritism, someone that's not like hand picking. It needs to be someone that's all about the industry in general. That's all about all of these companies in general. I mean, we've got
some sort of organization, foundation, something.
We have 30 plus snow skate companies around the world now.
Wow, really? I haven't counted.
When we started this, we had 3.
Incredible.
When we started this, we had 3. It was
the big 3.
It was LibTech, it was Circuit, and it was actually
I gotta get that guy on.
Edmonds. Fucking
Chiller Decks.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to get that guy on too, man.
Those were the original like solid producers,
So 2 independents and a manufacturing company.
And your manufacturing company.
was not priority for that.
And still to this day, like, that big manufacturing company, it's not priority to them. Yeah. They're still selling a product that in some ways is superior, but in other ways it's absolutely inferior, because it still has a part on it that we all know fails after a couple days. I'm not going to name names because these guys know exactly who they are.
Well, I was thinking, I wonder what the new one rides like. and without actually stepping on it, you know, the new shape from Mervin, without stepping on it, I really would like to try it. I think it would be fun. I like what Boyd Hill's putting out. You know, I'm sure everybody's got a shape, you know, there's just so many.
Well, really, the thing is here is at this point is like, so we have this one company that has unlimited money that could make their product like dialed.
Yeah,
it refuses to change the last one part that makes their skate reliable. Well, all these independent companies are building it the right way. It's Mervin, dude. Mervin's building bent metal piece of shit brackets. They're not even trucks, dude. They're
you're
brackets.
talking about, okay, yeah. I mean, back in the day, yeah, for sure. Now they're
now there's
ones,
right?
Are they still bent metals?
There's one skate that you can buy special with rocker trucks on it from them.
Yeah, but it's just
every other one of their skates comes stock with those bent metal brackets that just break. Yes.
Yeah. Break your ski.
Break your ski. Break your truck. Break your hardware.
I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get some light.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
Can you see that break?
Yep. That's from those bent metal trucks.
Yeah, exactly. You know how soon after I got it that happened?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like all these other companies that are independent that aren't making the serious dollars off this have already recognized and changed. They're even making their own trucks. I mean,
well, I mean, to be fair, I was riding the hell out of it down at Alpental.
It shouldn't matter.
I know, but I was driving. I do tend to drive them pretty hard, even with the rockers. But still, yeah, it should. I mean, I like that they're working with Jake, and you know, at least offering that option. You know, hey, here is a usable tool that's not going to break on you. They just don't want to do trucks, and you know, it's probably for the best. You know.
Yeah.
I think they should just not sell anything but a rocker.
Exactly. If they just got rid of that bent metal thing, they just need to get rid of it because it's just waste. It's just waste for them. I mean,
it's
literally if they're a company that worries about numbers, they should be stopping producing something that breaks all the time that they have to replace.
Well, they know what they're doing, so I don't really want to dwell on it. Hey, I got a question for you. North Coast.
Yeah.
You remember North Coast? Because there were a couple that had a run. Can you tell me a little bit about North Coast?
Well, North Coast it came from the whole truck thing. I was the first person to produce replacement trucks for the skates. I produced about 160 sets of trucks. I mailed them to people and gave them away and shipped them all over the place, all over the world.
Wow.
And then, you know, Jake got a hold of an old mill, and that was it, man. There's no way I could compete with that. You know, he had the know-how, the ability, the tooling, and the space to like manufacture what ends up being, like, in my opinion, the best truck made. So
right,
I didn't even want to try to compete with that. You know,
yeah.
He figured out the formula.
Yeah, and then, man, you got into, I don't know, man. But I'll tell you what, it's awesome talking to you, Victor.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really cool. We should do this more. Are there any places people can find your videos? Because I know you put a ton of those videos out.
Yeah, if you look up Victor Zurn and snow skating, you'll find like all the different videos that I've posted. Recovered days. There is no attitude, just gratitude, but it's kind of hard to find. It's been blocked a couple of times because of the music and stuff. But
really?
Yeah, that was the full-length one that I did that I actually got to premiere at the movie theater.
Oh, sick.
But
sick.
Yeah, it's
I'm glad you finally did that.
Yeah. And I might try to here soon try to make copies of that and like get it out to some people too.
Well, I have not talked to Brady and I have not talked to Gergis, but I think it'd be cool to compile my movies in with some other movies.
Yeah.
And then we'd have a bunch of movies in one spot.
Yeah.
Where people can just like binge on snow skate footage, you know, until their eyes bleed.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
That'd be great.
Put it on loop, you know, and not have to worry about you know, play it at your leisure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cheap. It's cheap. I don't know. It could be, I'm sure. Well, cool, man. So now you're doing the tattooing.
Yeah. Now, actually, I've been doing it for 12 years now. Fucking believe it or not. Fucking crazy. I own 2 different tattoo shops in Port Orchard, but currently I'm working for someone else in Arizona. Well, I own 2 different tattoo shops, one in Port Orchard and one in Long Beach, Washington.
So you own the shop. You got other tattoo artists working there for you.
Very, I have right now.
Nice, very smart.
Right now in Port Orchard, I have like 4 artists working for me, and I officially take over ownership of the Long Beach shop when I go back in June, and then I'll have like 4 people working for me there.
Wow, man! Congratulations, Victor! And you got a couple children as well.
Yeah, I got the kids down here. Banyan, who's 8, and my daughter Winter, who's 5.
Wow, 8 and 5, man! Congratulations! Yeah. Isn't it something else,
dude? It's pretty crazy.
I have 13 and 3.
Jeez.
It's like it's amazing. I love my girls, you know.
Yep.
Well, cool, man. It's been great catching up, man. Sorry to hear your Snowskate Roundup thing didn't get picked up.
Well, you know, I figure someday, you know, when everything mellows out and I get all situated, I'll run another event someday. I'll do another event. Right, yeah. I mean,
all the infighting, man. All the infighting. It's just there's room for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And that's I want to apologize to you for all the shady shit that I did. I don't know, man. It was not my best side, you know, not my best side. And
no, we're
for everybody.
Yeah, we were all in a new place, all trying to get our feet in. So
yeah, and I just put so much like too much effort, you know. I immersed myself in it, you know, and I think if I just would have been able to step back a little bit from it and just say, look, this is for snow skating. This is for we've got footage of these events. Let's make it so people can see them. Yeah. And I know I was able to get my hard drive recovered. So I've got sequences that I had taken down that I can put back up now. Mm-hmm. So I'm really stoked about that.
Cool.
I'd love to hear in the comments how I can do that. You know, I want to try to grow this show so I can be a live show. Would be so awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then on location, why not? You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing now, is because we've got a broader spectrum now. I mean, we're literally on every continent. So I mean, it's a year-round thing now because we are on every continent. It's something that's not going to stop now. We've gotten so much momentum. Like this is real. This is real now. Yeah. I mean, we really have the snowboard industry taking notice of what we're doing and crossing over. There's a shit ton of pro riders that are starting to pick up. Yep.
I think there's room, man. I think there's just room for everybody if they want to do that. I know there's certain snow skate companies that don't really give a shit about it, you know, and they'll say so on camera.
Oh yeah.
So but you know, it's cool. Yeah, more people that want to do it, especially profile. I got to tell you, the light is great. You're like one of my best lit guests.
Well, hey, I'm in a tattoo studio. I got to have good light here because I'm fucking doing stuff for life. So,
hey, can I see that tattoo on the side? Oh, that's the Shut Up and Snow Skate tattoo. Hey, Victor, it's been awesome to have you in the brain, man.
Hell yeah,
do this again.
Hell yeah, thanks for having me.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we put new videos out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brain Aqua. This has been AquaBrainTV. Remember to keep your head up and keep those knees bent.